Revival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
What's up, everybody? Revival House, BTM, Zach, Aaron. We're continuing forth on our Patreon choice, not month. It's like 2 month, by month, whatever this is. We're just doing as long as we freaking want to. But Zach, I gotta let everybody know I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'm going to try my best. Zach is going to be the anchor.
Fucking a beta ass, fucking the bourgeois boy, fucking very low T. You got your boy, fucking Kid COVID coming out here, very high T, ready to fucking carry the show, baby.
You got a frog in your throat? What the fuck is that? That sound?
Oh yeah, fucking, I just let a guy nut in my fucking throat, and I didn't even try to clear it. I just want to talk through the nut. You know what's funny is basically, yeah, we were going to do this show last night with Aaron. He fucking sent me a message. He's like, oh, yeah, I just want to hang out and like do this shit, do that shit. My girlfriend, she's pleading, can you please, can we reschedule for tomorrow? And I said to him, I'm like, you know what? We can, as long as the next time you're fucking your old lady, you make her call you Zach. And apparently he did so, and she never came to like that before.
No, what happened was I've been sick, and she's been sick, and I wanted to record yesterday and just get it over with. I mean, I wasn't feeling well, but you know me, the show must go on. I'll always step up to bat. No, and she got really upset. She was really sick, and she got really upset. She's like, "Can you please not do it tonight? Just please do it tomorrow." Like, just because she wanted to hang out, and just me to take care of her, and just And I felt it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And I felt like shit too, but it is what it is.
Fucking amazing.
So thank you, anybody out there that's that it affected. If anybody was going to listen to us yesterday, I'm sorry. My girlfriend is sorry, but no, I feel like shit. I feel like total shit, and I won't try and dwell on that. But Zach, tell everybody what we're doing today.
We are doing the fucking Chris Farley classic, his film debut, starring role debut. Fucking Tommy Boy, baby, shot under the title Rocky Road. Fun fact. Rocky Road.
Was it?
Hell yeah. So
makes sense.
Bunch of different fucking titles for this movie in the fucking writing process, and they're all pretty bad. They're all pretty bad, but we'll get to some of those as we're going through the film.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
I know. Don't you just want to fucking nut all over fucking our boy? He's so fucking amazing.
Absolutely. Hey, before we get rolling into the film, I just want to remind everybody, please, if you're new to the channel, please take a second, like the video if you're watching us on YouTube, or leave us, a 5-star rating if you're on a podcast free feed somewhere, just to help us out. And by all means, if you dig what we do, hit subscribe and the notification bells and whatever's applicable. But we're going to go ahead and roll into it. And we are going to go in 3, 2, 1, play. Shut up, Richard.
Oh, hell yes. We're seeing that fucking Paramount logo. What a beautiful mountain it is. Look at them stars coming in, resting. Gonna go over the mountain. Amazing. How much you want to bet I can throw a pigskin over that mountain right there?
Okay, I was waiting for it. Like, is he going to do the pigskin thing?
Amazing.
Every time we watch a Paramount.
Very chatty. I forgot all about this thing. It's been a while since I saw this. We're going to be reacting to it kind of. Because, I forgot about, like, it shows him as a kid in the opening of the movie. And I remember, like, fucking my parents loved this movie. And, like, fucking coming up when he runs into the fucking, the screen door. Fucking son of a fucking always got to laugh.
Yeah.
Very Chad.
Yeah, this kid does a pretty good job of emulating what a young Chris Farley would have been like. I've often wondered, where would Chris Farley's career be today if he hadn't died? Would he have petered out and become like a Rob Schneider doing direct-to-video work and just sort of taking Adam Sandler handouts, right, and just kind of showing up in his stuff? Or would he have become more of a Sandler type and been big on his own?
Fun fact, this movie almost starred Chris Farley and Adam Sandler. He wanted either fucking David Spade or Adam Sandler, his SNL co-host, to be in this movie. And Sandler was busy doing fucking Billy Madison. Imagine if they would have been them two in this movie.
It's hard. I mean, it's not hard to imagine because it just would have been that era fucking Adam Sandler in this movie. I could picture it pretty well, but nah, it's David Spade's great in this, you know? Exactly. Because what? Would you have had Adam Sandler playing the straight man? You know, him playing the straight man at this point in his career was weird. I mean, you know, you want him to be the slapstick zany guy. Probably
would have been a little different if he was in it. Fucking, this was his first starring role. Chris Farley, his premature death happened just 2 years later. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, fucking, he lived hard in those fucking 2. Like, he was a total Chad. He didn't give a fuck about his health. Fucking ate all the shit he wanted. Very Chad. Fucking, like, as you can see, if you watch, like, Dirty Work, he aged at least 10 fucking years in that 2 years. Very Chad.
Yeah. I don't know why I used to laugh at that guy going, ah, in the fetal position when he was running. No, what's funny is I was just talking today. So, okay, I'm sick, but I got dragged to a pool party today, right? I had to, like,
fucking chud.
Turn up, make appearances. Anyway, I was talking with this one guy. It was one of those situations where like nobody knew anybody. Everybody just kind of knew one person, and that was it. So it was a real mixer. And I was talking to these guys, and the topic of DMX came up, and we were talking about people that had, died young, right? And DMX, and he was listening to hip hop music. It was a lot of people that were into that culture and stuff. And he goes, and I'm like, oh, you're not going to pay respect to DMX? And he goes, man, I know it's going to sound, it's like, I'm a big DMX guy, but this is going to sound wrong. He goes, but I think DMX should have died after his second album. You know, and he said that with the most respect because he's like, he fell off. He was huge. Like if he would have died off early into his career, he would be seen as Biggie Smalls or Tupac, someone like that, right?
That's true, actually. Yeah, he did kind of Herbie Hancock, very Chad.
DMX, no, he was really huge from 98 to maybe even 2003. Yeah, right? So all the way up to that Cradle to the Grave song, right? But he had a few years. And if he would have cashed out somewhere before that and not the last 18 years, yeah, it does something for your career. And it makes you wonder. It's the same thing. Chris Farley, where would he be? Is he do you think he's highly regarded now more so because he only had a couple of years? Or would have he gone on to make a bunch of fucking red box would he have gone the route of Rob Schneider, right?
Eventually they probably all do, yeah.
Except for Sandler. Except for Sandler.
I mean, basically those Netflix movies are the equivalent.
Dude, he took not with the paycheck he took to do those Netflix movies. I mean, you might think he's washed up or tired or whatever, but he's not. I mean, like people go and see his fucking movies. He's still getting asked to be a part of big projects and stuff like that. I mean, regardless whether I want to watch them or not. I mean, there's different tiers of SNL alumni and their careers that came after. What is the high tier? It is Adam Sandler. He's one of them. Who's else in that category? I guess you would say Bill Murray, even though he does some bullshit now too, but he's kind of on this plane of his own where he's still like a legend. Who else is in the high tier? Like is there anybody that would still bring asses into a theater from SNL?
Fucking Adam Sandler's probably the only exception.
I mean, Bill Murray, but he's just older now. I don't know. Bill Murray's just one of those guys where he's grandfathered in to being a legend, and he could still show up in big projects, I think, if he wanted to. But I think he also just likes.
Here's the greatest scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Amazing. Fucking here's a fun fact. Chris Farley insisted that he do his own comedic stunts for Tommy Boy. The film crew said they would get a professional stuntman for the flat on your face stunt on Tommy's famous kill the table stunt at the fraternity
He's
party.
Like, you mean that thing I do every Saturday on Saturday Night Live? I fall into a table. You mean that thing? Get a stuntman for it? No, I'll do it.
Farley said, no way, I'll do it myself, which became one of the more iconic scenes in the movie. Very Chad.
Yeah. And they obviously filmed it like, if they had to have gotten a stuntman, they would have not filmed it face up like that. It probably would have had a different impact.
Our boy Plemke says Will Ferrell or Ben Stiller.
Okay, so I gotta stop. Ben Stiller, does he really count though? Because he was only on Saturday Night Live for like a day, right? Wasn't he one of those guys that was barely on the show, like in and out, and people don't even acknowledge him? Kind of like Gilbert Gottfried. Gilbert Gottfried was on SNL for a season, but it was the worst season, and it was known as the period when their ratings were in the toilet, so nobody remembers it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he was on SNL way back in the day. No one remembers it. Will Ferrell, I don't understand it, but you're probably right. I don't get Will Ferrell. I don't know why people are still going give him money. I don't get it. He's not good.
They got Ferrell fever.
I read an article like in Forbes or something like that. It's been a while, maybe even 10 years ago, where it was ranking the most overpaid celebrities, and they were going off analytics of how much return their movies get in the box office per how much they get in a paycheck. Will Ferrell was top of the list because he had gone through this period where he was just bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. Bomb with a bomb, to bang, to dang, diggy, and
diggy, to bang, diggy. Oh yeah, fucking that big ass bag of M&Ms only cost him 69 cents. Very Chad.
But Will Ferrell will be
fucking that early 90s price.
Will Ferrell's always going to be one of those guys that's going to pop up in big movies, even when he's like at his lowest. But he was doing the indie thing too. It's like, I want to be a real actor for a while there, and he was showing up in all these like indie projects that were boring as shit.
Hey, you know what? I never noticed this until watching this as an adult. What fucking dashboard has just an opening like that where you can drop M&Ms into it?
It makes no sense. Yeah, it's maybe it's an older car thing. I don't know.
Fucking very low T on the writer's part. Maybe he's just got a bootleg car. Maybe he fucking accidentally knocked a hole into the dashboard. And it just came out all nice and official looking like that. Brian Dennehy, fucking very Chad. He played fucking Gacy in a TV movie based on Gacy's life. Very Chad.
Did he?
Hell yeah. Can't you see the resemblance?
Yeah, I can. We're getting word that old cars did used to have that opening in the dash.
For what?
Interesting. I don't know. It's design flaw, right? They change that and they improve over time. So when this movie came out in the early mid 90s, there was enough of those old cars out there still on the road where people could relate to that. Like, yeah, I know that thing. But now we're watching this in the year 2021, and it's like, oh.
Exactly. I didn't like. There's a painting there that just looks like fucking Farley with like an old lady's wig on.
Yeah, it's funny.
Very Chad.
This was just like Billy Madison. This movie was super popular, like with all my friends, and I remember it was really big in the rental scene. And it was a movie we rented all the time from like the mom and pop video rental places.
Isn't it crazy how much the critics hated this movie and fucking Billy Madison? Like, fucking, it's kind of funny because like they shat on like these classics, and then I remember like a couple years ago they would be like fucking, they'd be talking about Knocked Up or whatever with fucking Seth Rogen. They'd be like, "This is a new classic, just like the old ones." It's like, why would I trust you when all the classics came out? You said they were shit.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta, dude. The people that are writing reviews for like the Chicago Tribune are not the same people that are working for that company 20 years before. So that's part of it. But also, hindsight seems to be 2020 with comedies. Like, I'm sure people shit on Caddyshack when it came out. I'm sure people shit on Airplane when it came out. And these are movies people love 20, 30 years later.
This movie was on the list of fucking Ebert's most hated films.
And how is that possible? Like, why is this one of the most hated films?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
He deserved what he got in the end with that fucking jaw.
Nice distance. Does he not know that a few short years later we were going to get movies like Ollie G, or like this movie is a comedy for the family?
Very Chad.
This is kind of like a Pauly Shore movie. This movie works because of the same reasons that Son-in-Law works. It's a movie that's funny that doesn't have to be dirty. Right? This is a movie that I could watch, and I have watched with like my grandparents, and they think it's funny, and we think it's funny.
There is plenty of dirty jokes in the movie, though, like fucking jacking off at the chick in the pool and shit.
But that stuff kind of goes over your Christian grandmother's heads. It's not super on the nose. You know what I mean?
I bet his nut went over her fucking Christian grandmother's head too.
No. It's I remember we used to, when we lived in Kentucky, and there's that rental store I talk about, we used to rent movies all the time. Billy Madison was a big one, and my dad's mother would send me over to rent this one. We rented it all the time, and I don't know why we were incessant about renting the same movies over and over again. It's like, just buy them eventually. But it's probably because rentals were probably $1. I don't know. It was a mom and pop store. I bet you, I don't remember what shit cost because I wasn't paying in for anything, but I bet you those rentals were like, rent 2 movies, get 1 free. Each one's $1. You know, they were probably dirt ass cheap or something.
Oh, Plemke's saying the critic shat on The Shining back in the day, and he says Roger Ebert gave a glowing review to Cop and a Half. Maybe he was kind of a Chad after all. Cop and a Half is amazing.
Yeah, you can't. Critics are stupid, man. But quit closing your damn eyes. Quit closing your damn eyes.
That includes us too, because we're kind of critics. We review movies.
Everybody's a critic.
Oh, yeah. Here's a fun fact. David Spade and Chris Farley had to fly back and forth from Toronto to New York to rehearse and perform on Saturday Night Live. They were still cast members when the movie was being made.
Isn't that the same story with Billy Madison?
Maybe.
I think there's a lot of cases of that, too. When we were watching... we might have talked about this when we did Wayne's World, but Penelope Spheris, because Wayne's World was Chris Farley's first movie, technically. Right. Oh, and it was just a small part.
Man, I hate my father. I hate my life. But this is great, man. I'm going to go pick a fight. Very Chad.
Yeah. No, but she was saying he really came out of a shell because on that movie he was super nervous and super green around the gills. And you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it was the first time he was on a set. But, he jumped right into doing Tommy Boy like right after.
The fucking Chad. Of course he did.
And didn't Penelope? Yeah, Penelope. Oh God, did Penelope Spheris? Did she do Black Sheep?
Oh,
let me see, because I think I'm just gonna double check.
Rob Lowe, he was uncredited in this movie because he was doing The Stand at the time, and they were like, "Oh, can we?" He already signed a contract where he wouldn't be in other movies around the time that movie was coming out or something. And so
was he that big of a marquee name to where we didn't want him having another movie competition? No, what? And The Stand was TV.
Yeah, I don't know, but he did this as a favor, uncredited, for his boy, Chris Farley. Very Chad.
Is he really uncredited? I've never noticed that.
He's not on the poster or anything like that.
He doesn't show up. I'll have to look. It didn't show him on the title card and stuff, and I've never noticed it not say his name before. But yeah, Penelope Spheris directed Black Sheep. So yeah, that's right. She said he was super... introverted and nervous and really rough when he did Wayne's World. But by the time that they did Black Sheep together just a few years later, he was just completely different.
Fucking very...
Hiya, Tommy. I'm Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny, man. Bo Derek is... dated now, and nobody's gonna get some of the humor that's in the jokes, right? Like, Dad, she's like a 10, right? That's your grandpa's references and shit like that, right? Because she was perfect 10. Dudley Moore and stuff, and the braids and that famous, nobody would get that. Now I barely got it in the mid 90s.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, our boy Plemke, he's bringing up Keanu Reeves, the Reeves himself, and fucking Freaked. He played the dog boy. Very Chad movie. One of the greats. Fucking classic.
Still never seen it.
Beta.
Eventually. Speak of the day. Oh, brother!
Another original working title was Billy the Third: A Midwestern. However, Lorne Michaels was also working on Billy Madison and insisted the change. Other names considered included Fat Chance and XL. Before settling on Tommy Boy. This movie could have been called XL.
Now, with when Wayne's World came out, that's really what started the big SNL explosion as far as movies. right? We obviously had SNL people doing movies before Wayne's World, right? In the 70s and the 80s, but a lot of movies based off the skits were coming out. And I know this isn't a skit, but I still think this is part of that big explosion, right? At Wayne's World, and Lorne Michaels was just going all in with SNL produced movies and shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that trivia that this is included in Roger Ebert's most hated list. And because I saw like not that long ago when we were doing Critters 2 on Movie Graveyard that's also on his list. Fucking what random like fucking why would you hate fucking Tommy Boy and Critters 2 enough to make a fucking list out of them? Very unchad.
Well, how big was this list?
I don't know.
And
I want to say like 20 movies or something.
Really? I mean, that's almost high praise that he remember after all the movies that he watched his entire career, decades long, he remembers Critters 2 enough to include it in a top 20.
Fucking very low T of him.
Yeah.
Cow tipping. Is this something people really do?
Yeah, I don't know. Mandela effect for me. I don't know if it's one of those things that we actually talked about and it was a running joke and I knew about it before this movie, or I didn't know about it until this movie came out. And then it started. I don't know. It has to have been a thing.
It must have been, yeah, but I can't imagine doing that for fun. Like what? They just fall over?
Well, I mean, that's the joke, right? They fall over. Doesn't that strike you as dumb? Yeah. No, it's a small town. You grew up in a small town too, like I did at times. It's like you had nothing to do. This is the kind of shit you and your friends did. You got into trouble. You broke into condemned buildings and houses and stuff, and you know what I mean? I guess you cow tipped. I never did that, but
fucking yeah. He's fucking Plunky says cows can't get up. It's animal abuse. Very low T.
How do cows sleep, man? Do they all sleep standing up, or do some of them actually lay down?
I think they do sleep standing up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy. You look at them in a field at night, and they're all standing up. But do they all?
See, he thought that was stupid, but now he's cleaning off his shoes with fucking gasoline. Very Chad.
I think that's supposed to be water, dude. That's water. That's not supposed to be gas.
Because you should have just ran with it. It made it funnier.
Yeah, I mean, that's not... Look, because the pump's not attached to the...
Fucking beta.
Even though I mean, it's got to be water. It's not attached to any of the pumps, but I've never been to a gas station that actually has like free water you can just like clean your car with.
Fucking the homeless people be hanging out that gas station all day.
Yeah, just drinking out of it like a dog and a hose.
Oh yeah, fucking getting a bath with it too.
Do you think these movies that always portray a small town ever portray it correctly? So part of me wants to say yes, this movie has a small town vibe about it because they show like the Tommy Boy and the cow tipping, and that seems like what people would do. They have the little fair that we'll see later where, yeah, everybody in the town will show up to like a community fair like that. That makes sense. But I don't know. It also, there's a Callahan Auto. That makes total sense where there's one business that like the town employs almost everybody. That makes sense. I don't know. It seems like a lot of times movies don't get that right though. Like the towns always seem way more bumping and happening.
Oh yeah. I always wanted that toy. My cousin Matt had that toy, and I used to flip off with it all the time, like Tommy Boy, very Chad.
Mm.
So this movie, this also has the what's her name, the chick in this movie who I didn't realize was
Doc Hollywood. She got long nipples.
I didn't realize she was as much of a Stacy until I saw Doc Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Big long fucking nipples. When you see her like silhouette in the sun or whatever it is, it's more like a.
They're basically like little cocks. I want to suck those fucking nipples, jack them off.
I don't know if she was in anything else. That's all I could think of her as Doc. She's one of those actresses where the only movies I know her from came out within a year of each other, right? It's just like, what's her fucking face? What's that chick?
I guess she looks pretty good in this movie too. I don't remember.
Well, now that you can't unsee it. Now you've seen her in one way. Now you see it here too. Like, okay, yeah, because she's all conservative, right? She's kind of dressing.
I just want to suck them big fucking nipples.
Well, she's keeping pretty covered up here, man. So it's kind of you'd have to see it first to be able to undress her with your eyes. But she looks pretty good. God, what is her fucking name? The chick from Dumb and Dumber. Let me do both of them, Shay. Karen Duff. What is her fucking name?
Oh yeah,
I don't know why I can't fucking think. Anyway, this chick here in this movie is like that, where she's in really two big movies that came out the same year or a year apart, but that's pretty much the extent of their work. You know? And I always talk about, I've always referenced the chick who played Shay. Her name is Shay in both Blank Check and Dumb and Dumber, by the way. She was on Leno for one of those movies, and they were like talking about like, oh, what are you doing lately? He's like, well, you know, Dumb and Dumber and Blank Check have kept me pretty busy. Like, you mean the only two movies you've done? And then she's gone.
Oh yeah, fucking Stacy. She was fucking the chick in this movie was also in Flatliners.
Oh, is she?
Fucking Kevin Bacon, fucking classic, fucking Kiefer Sutherland, Queefer.
Did you ever watch that pseudo remake sequel?
It was a turd.
With that one, Ellen Page, what's her name? Scott Elliott Page, whatever the fuck is her
fucking name? Elliott Page. That is a MILF, a man I'd like to fuck.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Fucking Elliott Page. Would you Elliott his page?
I'm not even going there.
Very Chad.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Whenever you see those actors like her, where they were just in a couple of movies in a certain era, it kind of dates a movie for me, right? I was watching the last time I watched Event Horizon. I'm like, it really, because it had the supporting cast was made up of those actors, like that were in a few movies during that couple of years. Like, oh, so this is a mid-90s movie.
Fuck yes. Well, what's better, Tommy Boy or Black Sheep? I remember people comparing them back in the day.
Okay, I mean, I get why they do, but I think a lot more people like Tommy Boy. I'll say Tommy Boy is the better movie, I guess. I guess it's got more of a heartfelt thing. It's got more of a payoff, and I don't know. It's just a more complete flick. But I think Black Sheep is more slapstick funny. Black Sheep cracks my shit up, man. I love it.
Oh yeah, this scene coming up right here, we're gonna see Chris Farley's real brother. I forget his name.
He's got a few of them. There's Kevin Farley.
I think it's Kevin.
Yeah. He's got a couple brothers.
Michelle. Hell yeah. Well, you just can't tell. Fucking very Chad. Here's
not on the box.
Here's the fucking dank ass T-bone steak quote.
Butcher's ass. Oh, bull's ass.
Amazing. Who's that fucking guy? He looks familiar. He's the guy from Brain Scan. Dead. Or death.
Is he?
Yeah, the fucking principal.
Part 2? Okay.
Part 2. There's only one part.
No, I was doing death. Part 2.
Oh.
I was delayed. I'd like to get a piece of that.
Your brain is delayed. Yeah.
I always thought this guy that's doing the drinky motion looked like Bob Dole. Like a chubbier Bob Dole. Which is also a dated reference. You know, Bob Dole was very known in the 90s when this came out. Bob Dole.
Oh yeah, fucking. This fucking wedding is like the most hip and hopping fucking event of the year. It's very Chad. I would have been hanging out here at this wedding, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Screwing all the bitches.
Hey, oh. Yeah, there's his brother Kevin. Yeah. Which I wonder, is he supposed to be like a cousin or something?
Don't you just want to fuck him? It'd be the next closest thing to fucking Chris himself.
No, and he's not.
Hey, mama, don't take me wrong. Very Chad.
Have you seen those guys, his brothers, especially Kevin there? I don't want to say they ride the coattails because I'm pretty sure Chris Farley was really cool with it, right? They're obviously a really close family. But after Chris Farley died, he tried to get into stand-up comedy himself. And Norm Macdonald, even took him on the road with him to help him out. Because they were all friends with his brothers, too. I think Chris Farley was a package deal, right? If you were friends with Chris Farley, you hung out with his brothers. And, dude, he wasn't good. He's not really the same. He doesn't talk a lot. I watched him on Howard Stern. He's very withdrawn. And I don't know. There's a lot of those people that have the famous siblings or relatives that were funny, and they think they can do it, too. And it just wasn't work.
Hell yeah. Fucking the best thing he ever did was that boy band he was in, Together.
Yeah, Together. I remember it, yeah.
Does anybody fucking remember that reference?
And there was QT, right? Little kid who died, I think. That little kid died.
Exactly. He had some kind of disease or something. But yeah, it was originally it was a MTV original movie where it was basically like it was kind of like a more modern day fucking This Is Spinal Tap, but it was like making the band, and it was like fucking a boy band, and then like they had a spin-off TV series that lasted like a season or something, and then like you can't get that shit on Blu-ray or DVD.
I never actually watched it though.
I watched it. I had both albums. Very Chad.
Did you really?
I did.
Why?
Because I enjoyed the show.
Okay.
Even though the music wasn't really comedic, there was like maybe little double entendres here and there. But fucking I had both of them.
And I'm sure it was recorded by completely different singers.
No, it was all them. This is fucking sad, this shot.
Walking by himself?
Every time I hear the song, it's like, this is the Tommy Boy song. That scene where he's walking down the road. So sad.
I really miss you, Dad, when he's in the boat.
Exactly. I remember back as a kid watching this movie, be like, man, when my dad dies, I'm going to walk down the road listening to this song. I never did. Very low T of me.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel a kinship with Tommy Boy because you lost your father too, at a pretty young age?
Oh yes, my boy.
Yeah,
Tommy, my boy, is more like it.
Did you ever sit out on a boat in a lake by yourself? Just, I don't know.
Oh yes.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Very fucking high T, the highest of T.
Who's your favorite 90s
Little Rascal?
Yeah, who's your favorite Little Rascal? Oh God, I got to watch that video of Bug All talking about how he's molested.
Oh yeah,
God, that reminds me, Little Rascals, man. Man, is there any kid that's not safe? Is every kid that we watched in every movie? Should we just assume they were raped on said movie?
Fucking, we could, yeah. Well, we might as well just start assuming every billionaire is a fucking Play-Doh too. I mean, would it be conspiratorial thinking at this point?
Does it ruin your love of a movie you grew up with when if you know that that kid got raped during the filming of this?
Fuck me.
Like right before the scene that I love, right before they caught this on footage, he probably got his, dick fondled.
Fucking not cool. Fucking yeah. Our boy Plemke, he posted a GIF of the other movie called Black Sheep about the killer sheep.
Mm-hmm.
I've still never seen that movie.
Dimension Extreme, when they had that label out.
I think that's what that's from. I still haven't seen that movie though.
Yeah. So remember when Dimension Extreme, they had that home video line?
Mm-hmm.
And they had I think Black Sheep was the earliest one I saw of that, and I don't remember any other thing else that was from it. But
see, this is a perfect time in the movie to whip out them fucking big ass nipples.
Yeah, man, he's hurting, man. Give him some pity sex.
Exactly.
She doesn't even have to fuck him. She can just let him nut on the tits.
Oh yes, I would come. And then fucking the kids just sit there and watch like the little cucks they are. Fucking getting cucked by Tommy Boy.
Got a little bit of weight issue.
Yeah, that kid in the middle looks so familiar.
Oh, he's the kid with the purple socks from what's it called? Harriet the Spy, dude.
Fucking Harriet the Spy. Why haven't we done that amazing film?
If I was the kid with the purple socks, I would hang myself.
Exactly. Just because he shat on our boy Chris Farley.
And later on, he was in Harold and Kumar when he was a little bit older, and he played that college stoner kid they were trying to buy weed off of, right? We're getting laid, bro.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Diarrhea Twins.
Would you want a tit job from Chris Farley? Hell yes, I would. Fucking Plemke. Why would you even ask that? See, look, she puts her foots down. Her foots.
Yeah. She would do the fucking for sure.
Oh yes, I'd let her. What if you could fuck her, but you had to like be sloppy fucking fourths to those kids first? She's gonna hate them kids.
That's really weird.
It is. That's why I said it. Fucking, I would though. Even though
it was so.
You're technically a Play-Doh, but like that has nothing to do with me. I was just standing here. Fucking, I'll let you go to town. Is that a shark tooth around her neck, or what is that?
I don't know. I think it's so funny. Before we started actually recording, the thing is Zach totally goes in a podcast form once that we hit record, man. And we weren't even recording yet. We had just gotten on Discord in the Skype, and he was already doing it. What did you say? We were talking about like young Tommy Boy. Like, yeah, I'd it. Like, what? We're not even. It's weird when you make the jokes.
I would sex that up good.
You might have to bleep that out.
Forgot we weren't recording. Yeah,
you might have to bleep that out.
I wasted that joke.
We've been getting hit with the demonetizations more lately.
Fucking YouTube. Very low T.
I've been going through and I've been trying to fight all of them, and and most of them just come back rejected. I'm like, why? Because some of them are stupid. Like some of them we get pinged for, but there's other ones we don't. Like, what did we do on this one we didn't do on the other one?
Might have to start like fucking putting beeps, like if we cuss in the first 10 minutes or something. Very low T. Fucking. Of course, it wouldn't be like that on the podcast version for all the dank people.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not the same. Sorry, it's not the same story, but there are some similarities and parallels to this in a movie like Gung Ho. Right? You ever see Gung Ho?
I haven't.
It's not the same. So Gung Ho is about a small town. And there's an auto factory. They build cars, not brake pads, but it's very similar. And this factory employs the whole fucking town. And it stars Michael Keaton. Now, in this, the factory is getting sold to the Japanese, right? So this Japanese company is coming in. They all come in from Tokyo, and they're buying it out, which is going to be devastating to their town and everybody that works there. So you have Michael Keaton, who puts himself up to the task of saving the company for the whole town, just like Tommy's doing. So they're different movies, but there's similar setups and stuff.
Michael Keaton.
I'm
making a list out of like fucking dank ass fucking adult porn star names based on real actors like Tom Hanks and shit. Fucking Robert Adultery was the one I came up with.
Is that a real porn actor, Tom Hanks?
No, I'm thinking about like I'm making a list just in case I ever decide to break out into porn. But yeah, Michael Keaton, I just wrote down. That's a good one.
We're getting asked, is that Powers Booth? No, Powers Booth is not in this flick. Powers Booth is awesome, though. Powers Booth, it was a good villain, man. He played the villain in a movie I would like to eventually do as a podcast, a commentary for Rapid Fire, one of the few Brandon Lee movies.
You know what, too? If I'm writing down Michael Keaton, I could just write down Skeet Ulrich, and I wouldn't even have to change anything.
There you go. Powers Booth. Oh, sorry. He was also in Sudden Death, which is a Van Damme movie, which, we already kind of hit our Van Damme quota for the year, so I don't know if Zach wants to.
Plus, Powers Booth, he killed Lincoln or something.
Yeah. What is it with assassins and the three-name thing? Lee Harvey Oswald, right? You have John Wilkes Booth. You had, even serial killers, John Wayne Gacy. It's like, it was a big thing.
They probably just tell us their full name, and that just becomes normal.
Yeah, we shouldn't start telling parents to stop giving their kids three names because it's bad juju.
Exactly. Zach. Very Chad. I got to censor that out.
What's your middle name?
I can't say.
Well, so you're going to censor the first one out.
Alan.
You got to censor that one out too.
Exactly.
Hey, you share a middle name with the greatest human that ever lived besides Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
G.G. Allen?
No, James Allen Hetfield. There you go, the man.
Beta. Now I want to kill myself.
And you share the same name if you count it as the first name with the greatest actor ever, Alan Thicke. Mike.
Fucking, I hear he's got a big dick.
Alan Thicke. That would be a funny name.
Oh, yeah. We're seeing basically the movie is now a road movie. They are on the road. The whole fucking movie is a fucking road trip type of movie. Very Chad.
And Gung Ho's not a road movie. That's where it really differs a lot. They're different movies. They're just similar setups.
What's the best road movie?
There's Dumb and Dumber. Okay, let's just take it little by little. It's hard to come up with the best one, but right away, Dumb and Dumber came out somewhat in the same vicinity. Dumb and Dumber's a road movie too. It's better than Tommy Boy. So instantly, Tommy Boy's knocked out of the bracket, right?
I love this scene. Oh my God, we're burning alive! Fucking Chad.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure is a great road movie.
I had a dank idea for a road movie called I didn't know what it would be called, but it was going to be starring. It was about fucking what do they call it? Those wrestlers with the masks on.
Luchador.
The luchador is going to be a luchador fucking traveling around the world looking for his lost daughter with his sidekick who was going to be played by Pauly Shore. And fucking the luchador was going to be played by John Goodman. And they were going to like travel through time with their motorcycle and shit. Very Chad. It's very weird. It was going to be like the fucking Buckaroo Banzai type movie. Very Chad.
It's a mad world. Yeah, that counts too. Hey, so wait. So what constitutes a road movie? Does it have to be the traditional? Because when I think road movie initially, I think Tommy Boy, I think Pee-wee, where they're moving across the country. It's a road trip, but they're always meeting crazy people along the way that kind of help develop the story, or does it just have to be a movie that takes place in a car? Because, there's that Adam Rifkin movie with Charlie Sheen, right? The Getaway.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't call that a road movie, but you know what would be a road movie? Fucking Almost Famous. That's a good movie.
Almost Famous is a road movie. Detroit Rock City's a road movie. Kind of.
Oh, hell yes.
I'd say that's kind of a road movie, but that's not even like a traditional road movie. But you don't think a movie like I said, The Getaway with Charlie Sheen, they're on the road. It's more like a pursuit movie. I don't know. They're, because they're Getaway. They're in a car the whole time.
Fucking Christy Swanson with a butch haircut. I'd still hit it.
And she's a truther. She's like a big Trump gal, man. You still wouldn't fuck her?
I'd fuck it out of her.
Yeah.
Get her head on straight.
And
that guy looked like, what's his name? Fucking our boy that's in the movie anyway, Zelensky.
Oh.
Ben Aykroyd.
15 miles away.
He's a bootleg Ben Affleck. See, my fucking brain is all fucked up. See, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, basically, I'm not operating at 100% BPS, brains per second.
Okay.
Don't you hate it when that fucking happens? Like towards the end of the day, you just kind of like start winding down. You're operating at like 45% BPS. It's very un-Chad. I hate that shit. See, that's why we need to legalize Adderall. Fucking performance-enhancing drugs. We should just be able to take an Adderall before we record this. We'd never put out a bad episode.
No, this gas station clerk, I always thought he looked like a bootleg Donny Osmond.
Fucking Chad.
Euro Trip, there you go. That's a road movie. Sex Drive, that's a road movie. Reading these off Discord. Yeah, there's a lot of good road. It's a tried and true formula.
Road Trip.
Road Trip.
A Superior Trip movie.
Yeah, there you go. Are they supposed to be sequels or related in some way or no?
I don't know. That's what I remember when it was coming out. I was like, oh, is that a sequel? But I never knew.
Is there any connections in the cast at all? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Tom Green doesn't show up in both of them, does he?
And it came out like a good 8 or 9 years later. So I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, did it really? See, in my mind, they probably came out the same year because they were both a long ass time ago.
Exactly. Are we there yet? A great fucking road movie.
Yeah, so there's a lot of it worked. RV, is that a road movie? Probably that Robin Williams flick. I don't know. Never even seen it.
Are we there yet? Probably isn't a great movie. I've never seen it, but it looks like a kid movie if I remember right.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more. Oh, you know what else I think counts as a road movie? You ever seen My Fellow Americans?
I haven't.
My Fellow Americans, I love it. It's kind of like a grandfather comedy, but it stars it stars James Gardner and Jack Lemmon, and they both play ex-presidents of the United States. One's a Republican, one's a Democrat. So they're old men that bicker throughout the movie because, they're on different sides of the political spectrum. But anyway, they're wanted for a crime. So they're like going cross country. They rent a car and they're kind of like always kind of running from the feds. And they meet a whole bunch of people, hitch rides, rent a car. That's a road movie. And that's a good flick. I would like to do that. Do you like Grumpy Old Men? You like that movie?
I've never seen it. It's on Max, HBO Max, though.
Yeah. There's two of them. The first one's the superior one. They're both fine. The second one's fine, too. But the first one's pretty good. Is good.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah. Fucking fuck me, mommy.
Bad mommy.
Sit on me, mommy.
Don't call me that.
Oh, yes. Fucking isn't your cock just hard as a rock right now?
God, she's got a Mrs. Voorhees look going. Doesn't she, with that fucking haircut?
Exactly. She's got a Chad jawline, too.
She does, dude. Good fucking chisel ice.
Fucking, you could just fucking. That's just formed by the gods. Fucking chiseled. Yeah, very Chad. It's even more Chad than his. He's got a fucking beta jawline compared to hers. Oh hell yeah, our boy Plunky, he put Bingo. Bingo was a road movie. I wouldn't consider Bingo a road movie. I don't think they're really on the road that much in that movie.
I've brought up Bingo in the past. To me, that is a Hall of Famer for BTM because I always bring up Bingo.
He's like a canine Macaulay
Culkin.
Look at that look at that poster. How can you not love that movie?
So 90s, man. Put anything on the front cover. In the 90s, whatever your mascot was, you had to have sunglasses. You had to be rad.
It's actually kind of like it's like a lampooning those kind of lost dog and boy looking for type of movie.
So
yeah.
I feel like I'm long overdue to finally watch it because the story goes for me. We brought this up before. We used to have a VHS copy of Bingo, and I never wanted to watch it because I'm like, we never watched it, but we had it for years and years and years. We had it for years and years and years. And even me as a kid, the demographic they were trying to target with their taglines and shit and their marketing bullshit, I would look at that like a canine Macaulay Culkin. I'm like, well, I'm not fucking dumb. I'm not watching this shit. You know?
You were dumb for not watching it.
But you know what, though? I liked Beethoven, so why didn't I watch Bingo? I liked Three Ninjas.
It's pronounced Beethoven.
Three Ninjas did the same shit, right? If you love fucking Ninja Turtles and you love Home Alone. It's like Home Alone and Ninja Turtles fucked and had three ninjas.
Oh yeah, this scene is great.
Yeah, this whole scene's really great. I didn't mean it. No, so when I rented this movie with my grandmother, my dad's mom, the scene where the deer comes back to life later, right?
Why did they put the deer in the back of their car and keep it there? You think they just move it?
What were they gonna do? Give it like a proper burial somewhere?
Yeah, they never do.
It makes no sense. Yeah, if they got it all the way up, and it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you know what? If they did that, we wouldn't have the scene that we're gonna have, right?
Exactly.
Their car wouldn't get destroyed. But my grandmother, my dad's mom always had this bad habit of making you rewind funny parts of a movie over and over and over and over and over before you can move on with the movie. Mm-hmm. If it made her laugh, oh my God, it was so annoying. And whenever they're all screaming and the deer screams, she would die laughing and she'd have to rewind that. And we'd have to watch it 20 fucking times before we know what happens next.
And then it's like it's desensitized. So the next time you watch it, you're never going to laugh at that again. You saw it too many times.
No, I still laugh at it. And she did that a lot with Billy Madison, man. She did that with, I'm trying to think, I'm sure she did it all over the movie. The parts that I remember the most, though, remember when he first goes to third grade and he's like, God, long division, this is going to be tough. And he looks at that kid next to him and he just gives him that fucking dumbfounded look. Exactly. She thought that look on that kid's face was so fucking funny. And we had to watch it over and over and over and over again. And then also the part where they're singing, you know, Veronica, I thank you for beating the shit out of me. She thought that was so funny for some reason.
Hey, kids, it's me. Right, Chad. Here's a fun fact. Christian Slater was considered for the role of Richard.
What?
Imagine that. He's just doing his stupid ass fucking Jack Nicholson impression through the whole movie.
He does kind of sound like not like he's doing a Jack Nicholson impression, but more like he's doing an impression of a Jack Nicholson impressionist, you know, where it's like the caricature version of Jack Nicholson that doesn't really exist.
Apparently when he was in Heathers, they fucking asked him at some point, like, why are you doing this Jack Nicholson thing? And he's like, because I love Jack Nicholson. That just became like, he tried to just be like Jack Nicholson, basically. He wasn't doing it like.
So that was intentional.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Can somebody please get me? Yeah, he does talk like that.
Fucking.
Oh, wow.
Very unchad of him just trying to steal from the Nicholson.
His career went down to shit. I wonder if his party lifestyle and all that shit was what ended his career, or if it was a result of his career going down the shit, or like which came first, the chicken or the egg? Because in the late 90s, he kind of became a punchline, right? Like in Bride of Chucky, right? If I test you and your levels are, you know, higher than Christian Slater at a raver or whatever the fuck they say, that's what he became because he was all over the news as just being that guy. Like Robert Downey Jr., he was just a punching bag for drugs.
Exactly. Fucking.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here we go. I was watching. You know what I saw? Fucking. I would just fuck Chris Farley if he was still here. I just want to rub his tummy like a fucking puppy.
Well, I also wonder too if Chris Farley was around longer, would he have eventually got to that phase where he wanted to be taken seriously? Would have he had the Adam Sandler drama roles, right? The Paul Thomas Anderson stuff? Would he, or because Will Ferrell's tried it. They all try it. Eddie Murphy tries it. They all do it. Would he have tried to flex his acting chops?
Oh yeah. Apparently that shot of the deer standing on the car took like months to get, because they had to
Get right.
They had to let the deer become comfortable with the car, like let it eat there and shit there and stuff until it would just stand on the car and they could film it.
That's funny.
I would have just been like, fuck that shot then.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, we forgot to acknowledge it, man, but this was our boy Omega's choice.
Oh yes, our boy fucking Adrian the Mendoza. You know what? The fucking Adrian, the fucking. I said the Mendoza. Why did I say that? He's the fucking. He's the Omega. But fucking, I was thinking like, you know how.
Look at these fake ass moths. I'm sorry, these fake ass moths. They literally look like pieces of fucking plastic grocery bag, and they got a fan underneath it or something. When he starts sucking up. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
You remember how Bill Dotrieve is the Billdozer? Our boy Adrian Mendoza is the Mandozer. Fucking hell yes, very Chad.
Yeah.
He's not even here listening with us, hanging with us.
It's a bummer, though. That's all right.
Must have been busy. He's getting fucking laid on his fucking birthday, baby. It's his birthday now, I decided.
He's got funny hair. He's got great
hair. That little caricature of him is very Chad.
He seems like a nice guy.
Here's a fun fact. Chris Farley was known for his coffee addiction by everyone on the set, especially Bo Derek and David Spade.
Just coffee addiction? All right.
Where Farley would have up to 27 cups of cappuccino every day, and sometimes 3 at a time before the next scene. See, he did not give a fuck about himself. Very Chad.
Well,
that's who I want to be when I grow up.
I think it goes hand in hand with the other stuff. He was an addict, right? He's got to be like, he can't, maybe he's like, well, I can't be snorting coke throughout, the filming of this movie or whatever, but I'm going to load myself up with legal drugs, caffeine it up.
Oh, yes. As you do.
He always needs a stimulant. Yeah. But
David Spade's character, Richard Hayden, says that Big Tom, played by Brian Dennehy, was like a father to him. Brian Dennehy would go on to play David Spade's father as Red Finch in the TV comedy Just Shoot Me, 1997.
That was a decent show. I used to watch Just Shoot Me with him on it.
Never seen it.
Yeah, David Spade, I don't know what he's been making lately, but, he...
Joe Dirt 2? You didn't see Joe Dirt 2?
Well, I actually did see Joe Dirt 2.
It was bad.
Yeah, Joe Dirt, the first one, though, even when Joe Dirt came out, I think he needed a hit, because after Chris Farley died, he was starting to dry up. But no, he's one of those guys. He takes Adam Sandler scraps. He'll show up. They're all begging for a Grown Ups 3, I'm sure, which those movies are shit.
I enjoyed that show he was on with that hot chick, fucking the David Putty.
Rules of Engagement.
Yeah, I watched that on Netflix for a while. Oh, this fat guy in a little coat thing. Apparently, I got a trivia here. It says David Spade said that fat guy in a little coat routine began as an in-joke between him and Chris Farley when the two shared an office together working at Saturday Night Live. Farley would often break up the monotony of their writing time by repeatedly pranking Spade with the idea. He would always insist that he had new material to show Spade, then turn around and reveal it to once again be the fat guy in a little coat joke. Spade said he and Farley decided to use it in the movie, thinking that because they thought it was funny, someone else might too. Very Chad. They should have used it.
Good dude, man.
Exactly. This is what you do on a road movie. You fucking... Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? So, Chad.
Hey, speaking of, I don't know why I thought he wasn't on Saturday Night Live, but you'd think he was, because, what's his name? Kevin James, he's always in all those Adam Sandler movies now with all those SNL people for some reason. I watched him try and take a dramatic turn. I watched that horror movie, Becky. Remember he did that?
I've seen the screenshots of the poster of it. I haven't heard anything or seen anything about it, though.
I watched it streaming on one of the streaming services. I can't remember. But I watched it a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was basically a mixture of other movies that we know smashed together. It was a home invasion movie plus a revenge flick with a scoop of First Blood and a pinch of King and Queens. Because you can't not. He did a good job. He was playing a white supremacist, and it wasn't funny. It was trying to be a brutal movie, but you can't not see King of Queens. So
you can't not see. That's funny because it's a movie where he plays a white supremacist.
Oh yeah, that is funny. But they were really trying to at least go hard with it. Like some of the gore in it's really good and stuff like that. I'm like, so it's worth a watch. It's not bad.
Is Kevin James one of those guys that tries to be clean in his comedy? Very low T.
I don't know. I've never seen him live. My brother saw Kevin James do stand up here in town a couple years ago. I have no clue. Kevin looks like our boy Plemke's not a fan. He says he's a total asshole. Have you met him? When you call somebody an asshole, that insinuates maybe you've met them before and they treated you like shit. It's okay.
Exactly. Fucking
he's just a little guy.
Kevin James could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves, though.
Ketchup popsicle.
Exactly. Hey, Prehistoric Forest. You know what's funny is
that seems like an ad lib line. That seems like such a weird ad lib thing.
I always thought like, oh, Prehistoric Forest, that's a diner. It doesn't look prehistoric inside. I thought they just.
Oh, that was supposed to. Oh, wait, that was supposed to be the diner?
I don't think so. I think that was just me as a kid thinking that it takes place right after.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the transition's really weird because maybe we next see him in the diner. I can't remember. So, but there's no way. It says just ahead the Prehistoric Forest gift shop. Yeah, they're at the Cluck Bucket now.
Yeah, see, I guess I never noticed that other establishment.
That transit, yeah. So, yeah, it is really weird. That's why I always thought it seems super random. Hey, Prehistoric Forest, and he goes off walking. It's like, what?
Very Chad.
It seemed like kind of an unnecessary background and just sort of a throwaway thing, but funny. Go ahead.
Here's a fun fact. The role of Helen, the waitress, was originally to be played by Roseanne Barr.
Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been fitting, too. What happened?
It says she was busy at the time and was able to appear in the film.
She was busy at the time slaying ass and slaying ratings with Roseanne, man. She was top of the game.
This chick is actually more attractive than Roseanne Barr, though.
God, you're sick.
That's a mean fucking joke. Yeah, this is funny, though, when he shows us right here. Oh, I think it's already passed. Not here. Fucking, there's a huge bruise on his face.
I always like that line, which is like, let me check. Yep, it's close. And he's like, yeah. I'll just have a sugar packet or two.
See, if this was Roseanne, she'd be like, let me check. Yeah, it's close. Fucking her whiny ass voice. Apparently she got that idea for that voice from Pauly Shore's mom because she really talks like that.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Apparently they met and that she used to do the Comedy Store a lot.
Yeah, I mean, she was, Mitzi Shore, she gave a lot of those comedians their start, right? And then Roseanne was one of them too, because she'd moved up from wherever the fuck she was living in the South from a trailer park. And I think Mitzi Shore was the one that gave her a shot and let her go up on stage and build her chops and stuff. So
remember when everybody hated Roseanne because she sang the national anthem bad on purpose? That was pretty donk.
So Roseanne wasn't too busy to do a cameo for Freddy's Dead, though?
Oh, yeah. Fucking, was Roseanne still going at that time?
Freddy's Dead was before this movie, dude.
Oh, Freddy's Dead was like 97 or 98.
Freddy's Dead was like 91.
Fucking, maybe you're right.
Yeah, you don't look how 90s.
You're never right, but I think you are this time. Yeah. I'm never wrong, really.
Except when it comes to name.
It's just because my brain, I'm only operating at 20 BPS right now.
Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare is a 1991 American slasher. Yeah. I'm looking at So I
said it was 91. You said it was 97.
Okay, we're going to believe that. That'd be funny if you edited that in post and you switched the audio bites like it's 97.
You know what's funny is I always did that with my friends growing up. I would say, no, I said it was that. And a lot of times I'd be able to convince them.
Like, what? Did I? Okay.
Very Chad.
That'd be funny, though, if I listened to this podcast and post and you inserted the Mac voice. It was made in 97. No, what are you talking about? No, but no. So, and you can even see her hair. She had that hairdo she was rocking in the first couple of years of Roseanne, where it was like she was really chubby, really fat, and she almost had that reddish perm, right, in the first couple of seasons. And that's what she looks like in the show at that time. And how could you? 97. Look at Freddy's Dead, man. That movie screams 91, like turn of the 90s. It's grunge. Everybody's wearing like the Kurt Cobain clothes. And even the soundtrack's got that alternative, like the Goo Goo Dolls shit and stuff.
I'm very down,
That's also why does it not? Freddy's Dead is such a weird sore thumb in the franchise because it's the only one. It's the only one of the 90s like that. New Nightmare doesn't count because that's not like a 90s. I know it's a 90s movie, but it's not a 90s movie. You watch Freddy's Dead and it just screams 1991. Like the fashion, the soundtrack, it's just, and the way it looks. The rest of them were in the 80s and the other ones were like outliers. Freddy's Dead doesn't count. That's a horse of a different color. And then we have the next one was Freddy vs. Jason in 2003 or whatever it was. It's and then by that time we had gotten into CGI hell, where everything's like, got your nose. It looks very, I don't know. But Freddy's Dead's weird like that.
See, this is what you do when you're a Chad like Tommy Boy. You fucking convince the guy that, like, no, actually, it's a bad thing to have the guarantee on the box. Very Chad. That's how you know they're just fucking, they know it's going to fuck up. Fucking very Chad. It makes sense if you're watching a movie. It doesn't, but it works.
I just had a weird idea. Wow. Everybody, they remade the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and weren't they supposed to remake it again? Did anything ever happen with that? Didn't they announce that some years back and it's never come to life?
Hopefully it fucking just, fell to shit. And they decided not to.
But you know what though? If you were going to remake a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, why not remake and run with the new Nightmare idea, but make it better?
They could.
Like, why don't they try that again? I mean, it doesn't have to be like a remake. It could be a completely new story with just the same sort of idea. And because I don't think they quite capitalized on it. Like the idea was there, it just wasn't quite cashed in on with the original movie.
Fucking, you get rid of the trucks, defeat the trucks. Oh, he said, stop
Tommy
the trucks.
Boy.
Stop Tommy Boy. Very Chad.
Sinister.
Fucking, he said the name of the movie in the movie.
End credits.
You think he's got dang shit in that fucking stogie?
He's going to get his ass ate up by a dog. A doggy, right?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, because he accidentally shoots the sign and it falls and cuts the chain. He's like, not good.
Fuck.
Those shots are fun, dude. How do they do those shots where it's like zooming in? It looks like the background's moving, but he's not moving, Ah!
I know how they do it.
How they do it.
I used to do it all the time in my home movies. You either pan forward and zoom out or pan back and zoom in at the same time. Very Chad.
Look, oh yeah, look, he's got one of those old school auto like seatbelt things. Mm-hmm. Man, those are terrible. And this gag wouldn't have worked if this movie didn't come out when it did. So that's another thing that's a little dated. And
you know what? I figured out how to do that shot too, listening to the audio commentary from convicted child molester Victor Salva in fucking Jeepers Creepers.
Oh.
He called it the Tommy Boy shot. I think that's where I heard it from. Or not the Tommy Boy shot, the Steven Spielberg from Jaws shot.
Okay. I was about to say. Yeah, Plemke in the chat saying Steven Spielberg perfected that shot in Jaws, the zoom shot.
Actually, I think it was on the Mask commentary with Chuck Russell.
Oh, and he shared a GIF. You're right. That is the famous Jaws shot with Roy Scheider, right? And he's on the beach and he's sitting down and it just kind of zooms in, right?
I want some Roy Scheider clam chowder.
Roy Scheider cider.
That's what I was thinking, but I knew I wouldn't be able to fucking say it. I'm stumbling over my words, baby.
You want some David Crowder chowder?
Hell yeah.
Or whatever the fuck.
Fucking hell yeah.
David Crowder is the Christian artist. Who am I thinking? Who's the political guy?
Oh, fucking Steven Crowder.
David Crowder's a Christian musician, Christian rock musician.
Did you see he got his channel like fucking flagged or something? And then when he got it back, he was like doing some video where he was like, I'm reenacting George Floyd's death.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have people sit on my neck. It was like, what the fuck? He's just trying to get his channel
This chick's
stolen.
a babe. This chick's a babe, man. I mean, this chick's gorgeous. Sorry.
Here's a fun fact. According to David Spade, he and Chris Farley got into physical altercation. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. According to David Spade, both him and Chris Farley ended up dating Lori Bagley, who played the naked woman at the pool. According to Spade, this caused some tension between them during the filming of Black Sheep.
Well, you know what's funny is apparently David Spade is known for just getting all the ass. Like he just somehow just fucking tears ass and gets tons of chicks. And it's just
They like that fucking almost fucking gay kind of the way he like I remember seeing him on Ellen DeGeneres and I was like, I didn't know he was gay, and I just figured that by the way he was like his mannerism and shit. Yeah. And I guess he's not. They love the fucking the gay looking boys, I guess. Very Chad.
But I mean, you know, I watched a lot of old Howard Stern episodes, and you know, all the other like cast members from the SNL and stuff like that, they all fucking stand by it. Like, yeah, we don't know what the fuck it is. This guy gets so much fucking ass and whatever, and he's one of those guys that's terminally single. He'll never be monogamous and never get married and settle down because he just wants to just turn them and burn them. But really weird. Good for him. But I was gonna say something before we went into that.
You ever see Dickie Roberts' Child Star?
Yeah, and I actually rewatched it too a couple weeks ago. That's funny. I watched it when it came out. I think I rented it, and then I rewatched it on HBO Max. I think is what it is. Just a couple weeks ago.
I think I watched it in the theater, and I was thinking recently that I wanted to rewatch it. Like
it's fine. It's good. It's fine. It's not like classic or anything, but it's totally watchable. I didn't regret rewatching it. I'm like, it's about as good as I remember it being. It wasn't worse or better.
Who was the chick in the movie that was like the hot mom?
Oh, that's fuck. What is her name? The chick from Howard Stern Private Parts. God, I know her fucking name. I'm gonna look it up. Give me a sec. Hold, please.
Fucking, did you eat paint chips as a kid?
Mary McCormick. Yeah, she's attractive. And she's got some fucking tits, man. She's got a chest on her.
She's got fucking big fat ass milkies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie, though. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good like late night, watch it in bed, you know, before you zonk out. It's one of those good movies. It's got Cody. It's got all the what's it called, cameos of child stars, and they got Cody, man, Sasha Mitchell.
Remember that
guy got a raw deal. What were we saying when I got derailed? You were saying something good that I was going to piggyback off of, but then I said, "Oh, that chick's hot at the pool," and we got sidetracked, and you started talking about the fact about them dating her. What were you saying?
I don't remember.
Oh, I was going to say this though. That whole scene though. When I saw this movie, that's funny. The drool. Look at
when he was getting bukkakied on.
This is one of those movies. I watched it when I was in elementary schools when it came out, and I never got the jack off jokes. The buddy whack it. I didn't get it. I get it. I got that he was like looking at the girl right in the window and kind of being a creep, but I never got.
I didn't know. I never even noticed the unzipping happening until like later. Like they just.
Yeah, I never guessed that, and I never got the what's that comedian we watched there, buddy? Whack it. Nothing. Probably not. Good night. See, I never got any of that.
I used to quote who's your favorite little rascal? Alfalfa or Spanky? I thought that was funny, even though I didn't realize it was a jack off joke.
Spanky. Yeah, I never got it. All that shit went over my head.
Exactly.
And I don't think I don't think I noticed the zipper being undone until recently, actually. And that's way after I understood the euphemisms and the masturbation thing. I actually never caught him unzipping his zipper either.
See, this is a good scene too, where his shirt gets fucking ripped off. It's just like fucking like that shit happens. Like you see a hot chick, you're trying to play it cool, and then you do something stupid, like you walk into a fucking something, and you're just like fuck, you know, like I gotta go. Fucking
okay, what happened? Tell me a story.
Oh no, I was gonna read our boy said Adam Sandler still can pump out some good films every once in a while. I like that film with Ben Stiller he did for Netflix. I haven't seen that one.
The one about the dad that dies. Is that
I've
the
heard
yeah?
people say that's good. Yeah.
I think I started it and I didn't get very far into it, and I don't. That wasn't fair of me. I don't really know. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for that type of movie, but maybe I'll have to watch it.
Oh, I just got like what you're implying, like oh yeah, you fucking you bump into something and then you just gotta walk it off. And tell me a story. I just now realized that you meant like, oh, when's the time that happened? But like fucking yeah, then nothing's coming to mind.
Okay, it's funny you would bring it up again though, and then.
Oh, it happens all the time. I just can't think of anything right now.
For the love of God.
Again, I'm operating at 3 BPS.
Knee sleepy. Is he eating Popeyes, man? No, it looks like Popeyes. It's coffee. My bad.
I never had Popeyes.
Oh, my God. You never had Popeyes? I met somebody at the fucking pool party that never had Popeyes either. I'm like, are you on fucking crack, man? Popeyes is right the shit.
Where he says, you want me to jerk you off?
I didn't get that.
Did he get up to go actually like, okay, yeah, that sounds good? Or is he just like, what the fuck? Was he just going to yell at her to leave? I was wondering.
You want me to... So, okay, that's something I didn't get either when I first was watching this movie in elementary school. I get it. He says, you want me to jack you off? I never understood it. Because, I'm like, I didn't know what jacking off was, so I didn't put that together. That's what he's saying. Like, what is he saying? Check you out? And I just convinced myself he was saying, you want me to check you out? Like... What kind of hotel is this? Like what? She's offering to check him out early? I didn't ever really got it. Like, okay. Yikes.
Hell yeah. Tooraloo, hiya. That song's dog.
Come on, Ali. No, 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 no.
Who would have thought they'd make such a fucking wholesome song about bukkake on a woman?
Excuse me?
Fucking come on, Eileen. Very Chad.
Oh, I gotcha. Did she have a limp?
Isn't it actually called CUM? Isn't it like the title of it CUM on Eileen?
Ooh, like come on, feels the noise. Feel the noise spelled come on, feel the noise. It's spelled CUM.
I think so.
But some people spell come like ejaculate COME.
Exactly.
I don't really know if that's a real word in the Webster's dictionary or if it's slang. But I think if it was in the Webster's dictionary, come COME would be probably the real way you spell it, but I think CUM has been slanged. That's just kind of sounds dirtier.
You know what's funny is as a kid, up until like 5th grade, I would exclusively write cum as CUM. Mm-hmm. And I remember at one time I kept writing it like that, and my mom, she was helping with my homework, and her friend was there, and she goes, Zach, cum is not CUM, and she starts erasing it, and then her and her friend start laughing, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I guess I was writing it like that.
I think
like,
somebody decided a long time ago, like, look, we need to make cum CUM the dirty cum, so there's no questions about what somebody's saying, because when you spell it COME, like, oh, here I come, like, what does he mean? He's going to come now? He's going to arrive? No, he's coming on your face. Like, oh, okay. But when it's CUM, you can't mistake it. Like, oh, he's gonna come, all right.
Our boy Plinky just posted that picture of the kid that drew Buzz Lightyear, and he wrote, "I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in pies."
Instead of peace. Oh, I come in peace.
Very Chad.
I've never seen that before. Is that a thing that floats around the internet?
I've seen it before. Exactly.
I'm Buzz Lightyear and I come in peace.
Fucking dank.
It's not a bad picture. It's not a bad drawing. Like, it's, I wonder, it depends on how old the kid is.
That kid's fucking Chad. He comes in pies. He knows how to draw.
I've never seen that. That's funny, man.
See, now we need the scene where he just starts fucking her right there on that table.
Yeah.
And starts fucking stroking her long nipples.
That's how you say you're sorry. You just rail her, bend her over. Leave the door open, too. Let those fuckers behind watch. Like, let that enhance your thrust.
He strokes the nipples until they come too.
Mm.
See, if you were dating a chick that had long nipples that you could jack off and they would actually come, how long?
Well, they lactate. Well, you could probably jack off the nipples and like have the lactate, the milk come out.
See, I'm talking real cum. Like, how often would you use that in the bedroom?
I don't know.
I would every time.
If you're on a deserted island and you impregnated the woman that you were stranded on that deserted island with, and she was producing breast milk, would you like feast on the breast milk too, if that's what you had to do? I mean, so you could have a kid, so she's got the titties, and then as long as you keep feeding on the boobs, I think she'll always keep producing breast milk. It's when, you stop doing it because it insinuates your kid's older that you stop producing breast milk. But your kid could be fucking 20 years old and you guys are still on that deserted island. And as long as you're regularly, pumping those tits and fucking sucking those tits, she'll always produce. Could you live?
Crazy.
Could a grown man be self-sustained on tit milk?
Hell yes. Hopefully.
And if you put Nesquik in tit milk, how would that taste?
Fucking, you know what, too? I was thinking the other day while I was at work. I think of like all my greatest ideas while I was at work or on the toilet. And I was thinking like, man, I kind of want to have a kid just so I can name him Big Cummer. And then I like fucking,
Okay.
I was literally considering like, oh, fuck, how much does a kid cost again? And then I Googled it and I was like, fuck that. So yeah, fucking, I want to have a kid and call it Big Cummer and then just fucking give it up for adoption or something.
How much does a kid cost average annually?
Fucking a lot. It's already out of my mind. I was so over that real quick.
Mm. Okay.
Very Chad. Hell yeah, you ever had to fucking fix your door like that with a fucking a box?
No.
Oh hell yeah, I'm very bootleg.
Bees.
Fucking very
Bees. Famous scene.
Exactly.
So stupid, man. I'm allergic to bees. Me too.
See, our boy fucking Nicolas Cage definitely was modeling his fucking portrayal of getting stung by bees after this movie.
Oh yeah.
He wanted to outdo the great fucking Farley. His original plan was like, I'm going to get fucking, known for the bees outdoing Farley, and then I'm going to die young so that I'm always known as a great fucking amazing talent.
That reminds me, total side note with Nick Cage, though. This is only for the real hardcores that listen to everything we do. But do you remember when we were doing Cinema Enema with Goat that last time? And I was mentioning how I'm sick to death of Pixar and animated movies and more than anything else. And I was talking about how bad The Croods was. I know why it's bad. The guy who plays the main guy is Nick Cage, the lead caveman.
Nick Cage is amazing. How would you not like Nick Cage? It's fucking Nick Cage. It's the Cage.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Fucking Nick Cage, like fucking, if I could be any
Red right hand.
Exactly.
Nick Cage in the bad seats.
We need Nick Cage in the bad seats. Red right hand.
How would he sing Red Right Hand? Sing it as Nick Cage in the bad seats.
It's hard to do his impression.
Catastrophic plan. I can't do it. I can't do, like, basically, the only thing I can do is, like, anytime he says the A sound.
Red right hand. Do like the face-off voice.
Anytime he says, like, the A sound, he goes, instead. Like, oh, I'm Nick Cage. Fucking, we were engaged. Fucking very Chad.
But he also has that other voice he does where he's kind of like yelling, and he kind of gets high,
Oh.
What are you guys doing? Yeah, he's got two voices.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
They're flying to Chicago. Fucking hell yes. Fucking I could drive down there. Maybe we can see each other. Fucking hang out with Farley. You know what's funny is back in the day when I'd watch like something about Mary and me, myself, and Irene, I thought they were the Farley brothers. I was like, fucking Chris Farley's brother is a director now. Very Chad.
Dummy.
Fucking yeah. Very low T.
Dummy.
Our boy Richard fucking saying yikes. He knew that shit. That made a comeback. That looks like, what's that girl's name from fucking American Horror Story? Or it did for a second.
Who?
Paulson.
Oh, Sarah Paulson?
Sarah Paulson.
No, it doesn't.
Her name was Sarah Paulson. It just doesn't because she doesn't have a cigarette in her fucking mouth.
She's a lesbian, man, and her fucking girlfriend or wife is that old lady. That old chick who played Charlie Sheen's mom on 2.5 Men.
Chad.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. I'd watch that porn.
See, you get a chick old enough, you could just fuck any of their wrinkles and it feels like a pussy.
I like when the fat old woman comes out of the lavatory and he's like, "Ay caramba."
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the part where they say the fucking the term that like they're not allowed to say. Only I can say retard because I'm retarded. Fucking hell yeah.
What did he say? Because he is a retard. Is that what he says?
If you can't figure out how a seatbelt works, you ring your call buzzer and Tommy will come by and hit you in the head with a hammer because you're a retard. Very Chad.
And what's funny is even in an R-rated comedy, I think they avoid using that word. It could be an R-rated movie where they talk about fucking and cum and all this shit, but they don't really say the R word. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just one of those things they tiptoe around.
Don't want to shit on a big group of people. Yeah, it's very low T. Fucking not cool. That's the thing though. It's like I can say it because I'm technically retarded. I have a strong connection with the retard culture, like the retard community.
Yeah, ay caramba.
Growing up, like I always felt like a retard, so like yeah, it just kind of works for me.
Oh,
yeah, I always wondered how they do this shot, but then like the last time I watched it, I noticed that like when he walks in, you just see him from the back. He probably just had like a fake back of the suit on, and he just went in, took the back off, and came out.
Yeah. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, though, even R-rated movies, too, just like on the topic of avoiding certain words, when even in an R-rated movie, think of any movie where there's a bar scene and people aren't smoking still. They're drinking. They'll have a drink in their hands, but they still won't be smoking in an R-rated movie. I think. I mean, maybe there's some exceptions and I could be wrong, but I think even R-rated movies play into that whole we don't want to be seen smoking on film. Even though kids should be watching our movie, we don't want to promote it.
It's one of those things, too, like there's something very cinematic looking about smoking, but then it's like, oh, that shit stinks. So maybe it's just like one of those things like, oh, yeah, it looks fine on film, but like I got to smell that shit while I'm working here.
But what about period piece? Well, you can, they got to have prop cigarettes, right?
Oh, yeah.
That aren't tobacco. You'd think there would be. But what about period pieces, right? Where clearly, like I want to say in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they do smoke. Right. And Quentin Tarantino also they kind of let him do whatever he wants to do. Even if I'm sure there's like backlash or like studios don't want you to do it. He kind of does whatever he wants.
They will do it, but it's just not very common. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm fine now.
That's a good scene where he's fucking fighting with in the fucking the bathroom there with the toilet and shit.
It's not really like that. They have like little lids. Like, you know, lids that when you flush, it goes down the lid and the lids, it'll always retract back up. So there's no open hole like that.
Fucking dog.
Went a little heavy on the pine tree perfume. Next step is washing it off.
Oh, yeah.
I saw John Constantine smoke on the Legends of Tomorrow show on the CW. That would be a legit shit way to die if you got choked to die by a toilet. Okay, sorry, just reading comments. That's going to leave a mark.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah, I kind of like that scene where the dog was drooling on him.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like,
did.
I kind of want to incorporate that. Like I said, oh, he's getting bukkakied on. And then I thought like, oh, I should make an edited video where it shows like the guy getting ready to bukkake and then cut to him getting the drool on his face. But then I thought like, oh, maybe I can incorporate that into a thumbnail. And I was like, how could I do that without getting flagged for inappropriate shit? Very Chad.
Yeah, I'm getting vibes of the Ghostbusters thing all over again. The Ghostbusters thumbnail.
Exactly.
Which might be your greatest thumbnail.
Fuck yeah, that's a cum nail and a half.
Look at that. I always thought that was really funny. They just throw their guns.
Very low T of them. And then he just runs away.
Yeah. Hey, yet again, we have to suspend your disbelief on how things really transpire in real life. But, you know, we have another situation where a guy gets away with something he would never get away with. It would prevent his happy ever after. This guy makes bomb threats. He comes in with fake bombs strapped to him, road flares. And he walks away, saves the day. Like, no, I think there will be repercussions of what he pulled. You know, just it doesn't make any sense. And same thing with Bo Derek at the end of the movie where Rob Lowe's getting arrested and she just latches on to, fucking Dan Aykroyd. Are we just supposed to assume that she never, gets summoned to court or testify or the other guy? I don't know.
Very Chad. I'm surprised our boy Adrian isn't showing up, babe.
Maybe he's got better shit to do, man. That's totally understandable. I got better shit to do.
Yeah, it is his birthday, so fucking he gets a pass. Well, we should just try to make him feel bad while we're recording. Like he didn't show up on his movie.
Hit me over the head many, many times in the head with a hammer.
You need to have sex with your wife again and fucking have her call you Zach. It's better shit to do right now. You're gonna have her on the show that you can talk about it on the show. That'd be funny.
Dan Aykroyd looking like a young Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black. Well, I don't. He's got a longer head.
Fucking, that's how you know our boy is very Chad. See, he did that thing that you said you had a friend or something in school that had a really long forehead, and he used to just lay his head on the desk and fucking stretch it down. That's what fucking our boy Dan Aykroyd was doing too. Because you might not notice it at the time, but like over a period of time, that shit does react like that scene from Army of Darkness.
How do you feel about the Coneheads movie?
I haven't seen that in a long time. I remember enjoying it the last time I watched it.
It's really weird. It's a movie I never really have an urge to rewatch, like a Billy Madison or a Tommy Boy or whatever. But whenever I do watch it, I'm like, it's always very enjoyable. Like, this is really good. It's really fun. Yeah.
That fucking daughter Conehead, like, wouldn't you just love to sit on her fucking head?
Yeah, I kind of want to see what she looks like without the cone.
You think her tits are cone shaped too?
I hope. You got bigger cones than me, Becca.
Apparently, there's a trivia entry that fucking David Spade didn't let any of the makeup people work on his hair, and that's why his hair looks disheveled through the whole movie. But like, is that what that fucking that gag right there came out from, or was that just?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just a gag. I just think it's something funny to put in.
Chad.
Trying to see who played the Conehead's daughter.
Aaron's cooming. The coom heads, more like it.
Chris Farley. Chris Farley's funny in that, where he plays like the jock.
Mm-hmm.
Big overweight obese jock.
Obese.
He's an obese, all right. Probably Bonnie Turner. Is that the name? Let me see. No, that's not her. Damn.
Here's my last trivia entry I got. According to David Spade, he and Chris Farley got into a physical altercation on set. Spade had gone out for a drink with Rob Lowe the night before. Farley had become very jealous and repeated, "How was Rob Lowe?" And David got so fed up with Chris hounding him on the subject that he threw his Diet Coke on him, to which Chris responded by throwing David into a wall and down the stairs. After the fight, Spade walked off the set and refused to continue filming. The pair would sometimes go for hours without talking to each other or talk to each other through the director, etc.
I've heard that story. That's funny. Holy shit. This actress who played the daughter Conehead, Michelle Burke, I've never realized this, and I've seen these movies so many times, but she played the older sister of the kid that gets paddled by Ben Affleck in Dazed and Confused. You know, that hot chick?
I've only seen that movie like one time.
No, it's a great movie, but it's funny because it's like, how did I not see this before? But she looks totally different when she's in that like 70s clothes and she's got a long black hair and shit like that. I never knew that. That's a good movie, man. I love that movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's one of those movies, like I think you've made the point when talking about 42nd Street and shit. It's one of those movies that makes you miss a time you really never part of. You know, they do a good job of. That's the way I feel. I mean, I feel like I sometimes was a child of the 80s or the 70s or something.
Did you ever see the sequel or the unofficial sequel, whatever it is?
To Dazed and Confused?
Mm-hmm.
What's the unofficial sequel?
The one that takes place in the 80s. And it's basically like the same thing. Love letter to the 80s instead of 70s.
No, I've never even heard of it. Who's in it? Is it good? Have you seen it?
I remember thinking it was like okay, I think. But I remember thinking it was too long. If I remember right. But I remember like, yeah, after watching Dazed and Confused, maybe I was just too young to appreciate it, but I don't remember liking it that much. Okay.
It's really good. My parents used to always tell me that, like, I mean, I guess I trust them. They're like, they nailed it. They're like, this is what it was like, you know, going to parties and like this. And like, okay, so it really does seem legit. And it's weird because I almost forget, like, Fast Times is not a period piece because it was actually filmed in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I watched Fast Times, and and they said Fast Times was really like that too. But obviously they filmed it like 1983 or whatever, so it would have been legit. But
oh yeah, I should watch it again.
I love Fast Times. I want to watch Fast Times again. I've seen that in a little bit.
That is a movie we need to do.
Mr. Hand,
Oh yeah,
if I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
very Chad.
He peaked. Sean Penn peaked for sure.
He peaked.
He's good in Bad Boys too, man. Bad Boys is good. Did you watch that? The original, not the Will Smith one, but the Bad Boys with him and Esai Morales and Clancy Brown's in that. You seen that?
Yep.
It's a good flick
I
too.
prefer West Side Morales, but I see what you're saying.
Okay. Were you just yawning?
I was. I mean,
Are you tired, man? That's the
I
first time I've
woke
ever heard
up-
you yawn. That's the first time I've ever heard Zach yawn ever in my life.
Yeah, I woke up earlier than usual.
I just
Gladiators.
took a nap. Gladiators. I took a nap right before jumping on here. I don't feel very good. It makes me feel a little better and knock off some of the sickiness, just kind of talking and making myself do something. But I have this sickness that's gross because it's inconsistent. I'll feel like shit in the mornings, and I'll kind of feel all right in the middle of the day if I'm up, but then once nighttime hits, I feel like shit again. And I woke up from a nap and I felt like a hammer hit me in the head. So it's annoying as fuck.
Our boy Plumpy said, fun fact, my dad had a copy of Deep Throat 3 on a blank VHS tape. And when I was a kid, I remember asking, hey, is that a whale movie like Free Willy? Can I watch it? Very Chad.
Wait.
That reminds me, my dad had like he had a tape with like a bunch of porn on it. And like it just had the word dads written on it.
Oh
like
my God.
DADS.
Was it a porn of a bunch of dads fucking each other?
I think it was just like, oh, this is dad's tape. And he didn't even write it on there. He carved it in there with a knife or something. And I remember like, oh, I wonder what's on this. And I took it up. That was the first time I saw like actual like hardcore porn. I was used to seeing like fucking Skinamax. And I remember at first I was like, that's kind of gross. It's showing the vagina close up. It looks like a stab wound. That's very fucking scary.
A gash, one would say.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny. What if that was like the way you found out your dad was a secret like closet case, and you were rooting through his closet and you found like a porn, and it was a bunch of dudes pecking each other. Like, what the fuck is this?
I would come. That would have been my sexual
It
awakening.
says dads on the VHS tape, but you neglected to see there's no apostrophe there. Like, oh, context.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how a lot of people first kind of saw that stuff. My dad's porn. I mean, yeah, I saw that shit in the closet. But my story, I've told a million times. I wasn't looking for it. He taped over our fucking home movies with porn.
Fucking Chad move.
So I was just going to watch home movies or like recorded off TV, Home Alone. That was both cases. One was a Home Alone. It was a Christmas. I wanted to watch a Christmas home movie. And then one of them was we had a copy of Home Alone recorded off TV that we just watched for years. And on both occasions, it's like they turned to porn.
Oh, yes.
Terrible.
Here's where our boy fucking basically, yeah, we didn't talk about the plot a lot. We just assume everybody's seen this classic film. But like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't really talk about it. It's not.
Fucking
Go ahead.
Tommy's fucking stepmom that his dad fucking was marrying, like she basically married him with the fucking sole purpose of taking over the company when he eventually died. And like, yeah, so like he died like on the wedding day. So like fucking, yeah, they're ready to like fucking, make all this money and fucking, like the factory was going under and fucking Tommy had to go save the day. They didn't think he could do it because he's a fuck up, but he did it, baby. Very
But
Chad.
what's it called? Brian Dennehy's old here, but he's not that old. Like, how long was she prepared to be married to him? Was she going to ride it out naturally till he died? You know what I mean? If she wanted to inherit the company, then she surely had to have. Like, how long was she prepared to be married to him while being married to Rob Lowe? And how long were they prepared to go along with this ruse? Because I think that in real life, Brian Dennehy didn't die for another fucking, 20 years?
Yeah, fucking maybe they would have started poisoning his cannoli, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how far were they willing to go with this?
They would have called Charles Bronson to come and take care of it. That's what I meant when I said poisonous cannoli.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Very Chad.
And like in all movies, man, the star, no matter what he looks like, it gets the girl who's way out of his league.
Amazing.
You ever notice that about sitcoms, man? Sitcom wives are always way hotter than the fucking like star, the dude of the sitcom, the comedian. Well, except for Home Improvement, fucking Jill isn't hot at all.
Fucking speak for yourself. Fucking she is so much hotter than fucking Tim Allen. She's a babe. Did you ever see fucking Christmas Evil? She's in that movie.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, crazy.
That's awesome. Well, I lost my virginity to your daughter, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah.
Chad Farley.
Oh yes.
For crying out loud. That's funny. I always thought that was really funny. Like gangbanged her, probably.
Oh yes. See, I always thought he just washed. Like that's even funnier.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. It's funny either way. Let's see. So of course, you don't really watch movies like this to be surprised at the ending. I mean, it's one of these movies where you know he's going to save the day. Like even from the first second that he sets out on his mission, he's going to save the day. He's going to succeed, and it's going to have a happy ending.
Exactly.
You watch a movie like this for the laughs.
Here's the sad ending where he's like, Dad, got a problem here. Fucking, can you like make the blow or something? And his dad says, okay. Wouldn't that be funny if they went full cheesy with it? They showed fucking Brian Dennehy in the clouds. He goes, okay, so he fucking like farts or something, and
Mufasa.
it makes the fucking wind blow. Very Chad.
I want to read a couple of comments. I got to acknowledge that our boy Antoine Evans has come back out of the shadows again. Antoine Evans, he was notorious, man. We love you, man, because you were always commenting on Problem Child 2.
Oh, yes.
I've never met a hardcore Problem Child 2 fan in my life, but he's surprising me in later years because he commented on Blank Check. He's branching out. He's diversifying, if you will. He says, Preston, yeah, he got your own family. He got a kid. I saw him and saw from YouTube.
Chad.
I think
we stand the king. We stand the king.
I think basically the point we're supposed to take from this comment is you saw him on YouTube and he's older now and he's got his own family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I thought, too? We were talking about the We Stand Stanley fucking Cinema Enema shirt. We should have one called Kubrick Cucks, too. We're the Kubrick Cucks.
Oh, dude. So speaking of which, and I put this, I said this to you off the air, too, but yeah, you had sent me a picture of all that. There's that new Space Jam movie coming out, and now they're going crazy with the IP shit and the cameos and stuff, and you'd send me that screenshot with the Droogs. Exactly. I don't know if Alex is supposed to be in there, if it's just like Droogs in general, if it's very, but anyway, like what the fuck, and it almost seemed like, is that photoshopped, right? Because they took Pepe Le Pew out for rape culture or whatever. they scrubbed him from the movie, and it's legit.
See, I think woke culture is getting based now. We need to take out some other stupid fucking cartoon characters and put David Hess in there. Very Chad.
But isn't that really funny though? Like, I guess it's only outrageous when it's a cartoon skunk that's promoting rape culture, but we can have Alex and the Droogs who rape old women. That's fine.
Fucking Chads.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But like I said, that just goes to show it's just about who gets mad at whatever. There's really no moral high ground that these companies are taking. Oh God, they're mad at the skunk. Let's take out the skunk. We stand with you guys in solidarity.
Was the skunk even in the movie? Were they showing scenes with the skunk in it?
He was. They took him out. They removed him.
Fucking.
They went out of their way to remove him from the fucking movie.
Genius.
Yeah, and it's really
David
funny.
Hess, next. Put him in there. Take out Bugs Bunny. I can live without him.
Serbian Film, B. Lindsay. Now, this is a classic.
Put the guy from Serbian Film in there.
There you go. This is a classic comment of someone wanting to watch the movie, but I don't really know if they're. I don't know if I'm mad at it because they don't seem to be very hostile in the comments. I mean, it just says, "Where's the movie? The link isn't working. I wanted the movie, not the commentary." The only thing that throws me off is they end with an emoji, a happy face emoji. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm reading as a tone of like, oh, I'm sorry, boys, I was mistaken. My apologies. So I can't be really mad at this. I don't know. Sorry.
Maybe they're trolling because they know how much we get that kind of comment.
And you know what? Where's the movie? The link isn't working. So a lot of people spam. We get those spam comments where people post like, click here to watch the movie. Go to this website, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I try and delete those as much as I can, and I report them as spam. But it sounds like this person was clicking those fucking links.
Even
That's not us.
If it was an actual link with the movie, it would be fine. But they're just fake links. Even what the fuck?
Yeah, they're always fake. And the bigger videos, every single day, I'm deleting those comments. I'm deleting those fucking spam comments. They're annoying. But let me see. One of our Shadow of the Colossus retro rampages. That's just Mac and Zach was on that. Mendoza said great live stream as always. Let's see.
The song "Ooh Wow" was performed by Buckwheat Zydeco.
I mean, as it is, yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
My favorite Martian commentary, that was the last one we did, and that was our boy Plemke's choice. Mendoza says, Aaron, please don't ever speak in an English accent ever again.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because who was I mimicking? Oh, it's when oh no, it wasn't the Army Hammer thing. Who was I doing? I don't remember. Oh, it was Milo. When I was reading the Milo articles and I was trying to do his fucking dorky British accent, right? Because he was sodomy free, right?
Fucking beta.
Practice makes perfect. Oh, hey, wait. There's more fucking shit. I gotta spam comments, man. The Super Mario World. We completed Super Mario World. We were doing that as our latest live stream, and got a lot of comments in there. Hey, Mendoza gave us the Bug Hall confession video. I gotta watch that. There it is. Sparky said, long stream, very Chad.
Oh, yeah.
And I lost it at the beginning. Laughy face. Fuck yeah. Let's see. I gotta get rid of that fucking Evil Dead. God dang it, man. People keep giving you fake links to fake movies. Don't watch them. My favorite Martian, Mendoza says, yeah, okay, so we couldn't remember what we said because we're old as fuck. But he quoted Zach he says, you will one day see the Chad that lies beneath the surface. Zach Wells.
Oh, yes. Fucking Chad.
It's inspirational.
That's definitely getting etched on someone's tombstone.
Along with I Come Thinking of Breaking Your Bones or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Let's
see. I'm a proud pole smoker. Adrian says, what?
That's getting etched on my tombstone, that one.
I'm a proud pole smoker?
No, fucking come up, breaking your bones.
Okay. And then let's see. Adrian Mendoza says the masturbation scene in Mulholland Drive is awesome. I want to watch Mulholland Drive again, man. It's a movie that it's a demanding movie because it's one of those things where it's one of those flicks you're gonna have to watch a few times.
I heard you haven't seen a fucking Lynch movie unless you're watching it stoned.
Oh, like that's the only real way to do it.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just have to invest, and especially in a movie like Mulholland Drive. I want to watch Lost Highway next because I never seen that one, and I think that's kind of one of the more forgotten ones. It feels like I feel like nobody talks about Lost Highway, but my buddy Randall, that's like his favorite movie of all time, and I feel like that's got our boy Robert Blake in it. Man, he killed his wife. Donk. No, I'm just kidding. That's what Zach would say. Robert Blake was in that, and that was before he went right before he went to trial for killing his wife.
Fucking awesome.
And somebody gave us some love on the 5-minute house guest video, Jonathan Marlowe, and he thinks the movie's awesome. Yeah, man, that 5-minute house guest is really, really funny, especially when I talk about, that teenage girl, if she can take all of Sinbad in her mouth. I always watch that video. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I said that. It's really funny. It's inappropriate too. Anyway, so do you have anything you want to plug, Mac and Zach wise? What's coming out?
Fucking, we haven't decided yet. I told Mac he gets to pick both the movies for this month, and then he's like, "Oh, fucking, nothing's coming to mind." So fucking, hopefully he does that soon, and we do's it. Very low T, that guy.
What about for the rest of the month? How many more flicks we got for the Patreon choice month? We got to do Midsummer, but we're gonna close with that, right?
Oh yes.
So how many more do we have this month?
Got Halloween, and I know of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, was that one? I just rewatched that this week. That's funny, and I didn't even know that was one of our suggestions.
Oh yeah.
let's see. So we're going to have 1, 2. Technically, there's 3 more weeks in the month. So no, it's 2 more after this. So what are we going to extend this beyond?
What?
So let's do that. If we have to extend it, that's fine. Let's extend it, even if it has to bleed into the first month. First week of the new month. So let's call that macaroni there. We got to do Halloween. And I don't even remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids being recommended, but if you say it is, it is. We'll do that, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll do Midsummer. And then maybe we'll take a little bit of a sabbatical from that, and we'll just kind of shake it up and throw some random shit at your faces.
Oh, yeah.
That might be fun. You go ahead.
I wanted to do that. Basically, our boy the Goat, he gave us a movie, recommended us do a movie called, oh man, what was it called? It's called like, it's a short film, and it's called Aftermath Genesis. And I told him, like, I'm going to make sure we do that for the month. He said, I kind of just said that as a joke, but it would be funny to watch you guys react to that. So we're going to do it, baby.
All right. And so it's a short movie. So we're just going to have like a bonus episode or a Patreon exclusive. What is it going to be? I'll do it.
Whichever.
How long is it?
It's only 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun. So, stay tuned. And on that note, a segue as well. We are on Patreon for anybody that wants to support us and also get some additional, perks and things like that. You're going to get early access to all these episodes. You're going to get the ability to join us in the Discord when we record them. And of course, we have exclusive content. Currently, Zach and I are doing the entire Ash vs. Evil Dead series. That's exclusive to Patreon. Mac and Zach are doing exclusive Mac and Zach episodes monthly. 1 a month, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As well as behind the scenes stuff. Riverman does a lot of pickup videos. Riverman was starting to do Hobo with a Podcast. I know he did 1 episode. I don't know if I don't know how consistent it's going to be, but I think that's why he's making it a Patreon thing, because he can't commit to it being consistent, I think. But there's a lot of good shit up there, a lot of vault stuff that we're too afraid to put out in the public. Shit that kind of went wrong, prank phone calls, stuff like that. I still want to do I want to do a prank phone call, like I want to do an episode. I want to set aside some time to just do some prank calls with Zach and Mac and shit for like an hour or 2 and start putting that up for Patreon. That'd be kind of fun to do.
Oh yeah.
Just do like 1 session and cut it up for, just for some stuff to have in the backlog, just for the Patreon people.
Oh,
but other than that, if you guys are just wanting to watch us and support us that way, that's all good. Just make sure you're subscribed and make sure you're liking the video. That'll help us out a ton. We want to see ourselves grow and get more exposure to like-minded individuals. We're on YouTube, and we're also on free feeds wherever you want to get your podcast. We are there. I'm an Apple guy myself. It's really good if you want to listen to us on the go. And lastly, if you want to support us and also have some tangible merchandise, we have a Teespring and we have t-shirts. I don't think Zach has made that I'm going to come and think about breaking your bone shirt yet. We should. We got to do it.
We should.
Let's put it together. We really should, even if it's like a limited thing.
Oh yeah.
I think we should really cook that up. I'm really curious if anybody would actually be interested in that shirt. And I think it'd be funny if it was just like all, it doesn't have to be like the text bubble. I wonder if, because contextual context is an issue there. Because I don't think enough people know the Army Hammer thing, because it would just like be weird, like someone just wearing "I'm going to come thinking about breaking your bones" on. What the fuck is that?
That's nothing weird about that. That's like the most high tea shit you can wear on a shirt.
But I wonder if like it would be just enough if we put quotations on it, and then maybe Army Hammer's name.
Oh yeah.
Something like that, but it'd be pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, that's a way to support us as well. But otherwise, we appreciate you guys listening. That's all we could ever ask for. That we're never going to complain about that. So, thank you guys. We'll catch you guys next week. And I guess next week is going to be Halloween, or what is it? What's next week? Halloween?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's do Halloween. And you know what? I really quick, I think I lied. So if we're going to do Halloween, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and we got to do Midsummer, it would actually probably bleed into the middle of next month, because we still have to do a cinema enema one of these weeks this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's cool, and that makes sense. So we're going to be doing this for a few more episodes, so buckle up. And we'll have to think of something fun, what we're going to do when we're done with these temporarily, if we're going to do a fun theme of our own, or if we're just going to pick some favorites of ours and just sort of clean the palette. But anyway, thank you guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye, puppets. Keep on rocking in a free world, all that good stuff.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't miss crew cameras loving, Josh Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.